What's up YouTube? My name's Quickie, welcome back to the channel. It's Friday, it's time for an update. I haven't got one out earlier on this well. Normally it comes a little bit earlier, but not this week. This week has just been potty. But we have had a couple more people jump in, which is dead cool. So up here, there's going to be all the people that is obviously chipping in on the project to support the build. One of them's going to win it. I have had a few people get in touch going, I don't know what I need to do, how do I do it? What's going on? So, just to cover it off so, you know, new folks just joining in get the gist. Basically, ASBO is gonna be done as a giveaway to somebody that supports the channel. So what we've done is anyone who tips in £10 to help fund the project, basically one of those people is going to be drawn out of a hat once it's all done and dusted, and basically you get your bike for a tenner at the end of the day. It'll be yours, and I don't really mind what you do with it. Hopefully you ride it and you have a bit of a grin doing it, but if you want to sell it or cut it up and use it for your own project or change bits on it or do whatever, I really don't mind, it'll be your bike. So anyway, if you have a look in the description below, all the details are there, including the link that you need. And then basically if you decide to, you know, join in and whatnot, then your name will be going up here and you'll be in with a shout of getting a bike. So that's it, that's the short version. So what's been going on? Well, first thing is the van's getting all Rita Hayworth and stuff again. Where is it? This week it's one of these. It threw up an error code which I found on this thing. Basically, I came home from work and it was absolutely fine. Went to jump in it the following day and it was just running lumpy as all sorts. Checked the errors and it says it's the camshaft position sensor, which isn't one of them. So I've got another one and I've stuck that in, but it's still saying the same thing. You know, it runs, it pulls, it drives, it's this, that and the other. It don't sound quite as happy as it used to. So I need to sort of see what's going on. I suppose it could be wiring or something, I don't know. But I seem to be tinkering about with the van quite a lot now, on a regular basis. It's like, quite a few months ago it had a mass airflow sensor. The last sensor that went was the fuel pressure sensor, and now we've got a camshaft position sensor going. It's just, you know, it's probably time to part company is what I'm thinking. So I might be, I borrowed Jack, he's got like a little van, what is it, a VW Caddy? I want to say, I think it's a Caddy. Now, that's quite a tidy little thing. It's still a van, so you can just chuck stuff in the back of it, but it drives like a car and it's smaller, so it's easier to park and blah, blah, blah. So I might be going that route, or I might just get like a little run around. I don't know. 4 wheels would be good, just because if I get any orders come through and whatnot, I need to be able to take them down to the post office and stuff. So I do need 4 wheels. But I'm just thinking it's probably time to part company with the van. So this morning I've been changing all that lot and it's still exactly the same, so I need to look at something else. We have had some other little bits and pieces turn up. You'll be seeing this later on as well. So I've got a DB killer. There's some stuff I want to try with this actually. At the weekend, tomorrow, I'm going to have a guest in here as well. That's the fella with the pixelated face, Simon Rolls. He's coming down for, you know, spend the day down here and whatnot. So there's a couple of bits I want to go through and get done. I've gone over everything and tweaked stuff up and blah 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 blah. We're basically dyno ready, apart from this. So whilst he's down here and I've got an extra set of hands, what I want to do is modify this just a little bit so it fits, and then have it so we can stick this in and out the exhaust. We should be getting back on the dyno next week. Still haven't heard back from Crispy. I do need to give that man a shout, but he's on his own at the minute. He's dead busy. So we should be on the dyno again next week, and that's with the new jet in. So we've gone down 6 jet sizes, I want to say, and we're hoping it's going to run an awful lot better, and we can, you know, tweak a few little bits if we have to, and blah 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 blah. But then once we're happy with the tune on the open can, I want to see what one of these does. So there is a noise limit for the MSVA test, which is 99 decibels. Pretty sure we're over that, so we need to try and shut it up just for the test. They'll be coming out again as soon as we leave. But that's where one of these comes in, and people just go, oh, I'll just shove one of them and it shuts it up and doesn't change anything. I'm pretty sure it does. Speaking with Crispy, if you shove one of these in, you kill all the power. It might shut it up, but there is a cost to be paid. So what I want to do is have this fitting, so we can run it up on the dyno and get everything tuned. Then we're going to shove this in. It is going to be chopped down a little bit because it's a bit too long at the minute. And then we'll do another run and see what's what. And then you can take this plate out the end, so the end of it is open as well. That obviously changes airflow and exhaust pulses and everything else. So we'll have that out, give it another go and see what that does. But I'm hoping Simon is going to bring his noise tester with him, so we can actually measure it with a proper tester that they use at track days. So we'll be able to see what happens to the power and also what happens to noise with the different configurations that we have. It would just be good to know. And it'd be really good to know it comes in under 99 dB. That would be really, really good. Stuff that I'm working on at the minute, which is the next video, is this. So there's a little bit of machining, and he's getting made out of steel, that bit there. But I really haven't had that much time really this week to do a whole hell of a lot. It's all been about, you know, getting the tank sorted and shoving a tap in and hooking all that up and going over it and checking everything and making sure that nothing leaked or nothing came loose, and you know, and I haven't found anything. It's all fine and peachy. And the bike could go straight on the dyno now, but I do want to run it up with that tank and just make sure we're all good. I still need to open the hole up, you know, the breathe hole on the filler cap, just so it matches what was on the original basically. But that's really it. That's like a 2-minute job with a step drill. So we is all good to go. So next week I'm hoping that you know, we can get in on dyno and get all that lot done, and we've got a final tune that we're going to run with. And then I can share it with everybody that's been waiting on these results. There's quite a few people now that want to get one of these Dynojet kits if it works on pod filters. So, but we'll be able to give you the details, the data. You'll see the graph, and we'll have a proper chat with Crispy, and he can tell us what's what. And if we were to get fussy and want to improve stuff even more, you know, what sort of things he would be considering. And then he's gonna work with Dynojet to make those kits available for anybody who wants one. So on the Dynojet day, part 3, you'll be getting all these details and stuff anyway. If you want to get one of these kits, because you want to follow the same route that we are, you'll be able to do it all through him. Happy days, eh? Right, what else was there? Oh yeah. Right, shop changes. I want to get rid of them too. Well, not get rid of them, but I don't want them in here. So I need to have a big shuffle. I just haven't got the space that I need, right? There's a load of stuff in here that I just don't need. So I need to get all that. There's loads of steel that's just going rusty down there that I'm never going to use. So I've got a scrap bin outside now. That's all going to be going in there and just get rid of it. I've got boxes of junk down there, which I've never opened. And it's just paperwork and stuff, which I don't need to keep anymore. So all that lot is going. I just need to make some space. So as far as these go, I'm either going to make or buy like a little house for them to live in. I just put one sort of above the other sort of thing, and they'll live outside. So we just have power feed in and an air feed out. And the idea is I'll shove them out. So that's going to get me a bit more space under here, but it also means, because they are quite noisy, it just means they're out there and I don't get deafened. And then the Vapor Blast cabinet, which I'm going to be making, he can basically live here somewhere. It does, you know, I'll probably end up chomping this down a bit or set up a dedicated cleaning bit, or I don't know. But that's going to be changing. The other bit is behind you. I'm getting really cheesed off with having to reach around the mill to get to any of my machine tools. It all needs to move this way a bit, and all the stuff that I only need once in a blue moon, like jerry cans and all the oils that I've got, and you know, all that sort of junk, that can all go in the corner, because you know, I'm not going to need to get to it very often. I'll still be able to get to it when I need it, but I just don't need to get to it very often. So that's all going to happen. They're really the only shop changes. I want a bit more space. I've got loads of boxes I just don't need. I can get rid of loads of them. get rid of the rusty steel, just, you know, just rationalise it down a little bit. As far as the bike goes, right, I really do like the look of no front mudguard. I just think it's cleaner. However, practicality says it's not such a sensible idea, not really. When you consider all the work that's gone into this, I don't just want to be chucking road muck straight out of the engine and the cooler and all that sort of stuff. So I am going to be running a front mudguard. It will be removable. It's going to have to be, because there's no points on those fork leg bottoms to actually mount a mudguard. It's got a clamp on around the fork lowers. So I'm going to have to machine something up there. Matt Marshall-Price, he's got a metal, I'm not sure what it's like. Knowing him, it's probably a Harley. But he's got a front mudguard he's going to drop by so I can have a look at and sort of muck about with and all that sort of stuff. But it's nice because it drops down, it's just got 2 mounting points on the sides. So I could machine up some nice little brackety jobbies that clamp on around the lower fork leg. So if you want to remove it, you can do, and you've still got like a really clean fork. But if you wanted to run a front mudguard, then this would be an option. I'll just do it real nice, machine it up on the mill, you know, and we're going to have a front mudguard. That said, there's hardly any real fabrication left. I've got a few brackets and bits and pieces, like cable runs and stuff to do. The thing I'm doing at the minute is a side stand mount. So it's just going to be a lot easier shuffling the bike around and taking it down to Crispy's on, you know, just so you can dump it on its side stand and know it's not an issue. Then really it's just a case of the seat ump, the seat pan, you know, the bit that you actually sit on. And there really ain't much, you know, lock stops, stuff like that. But it's just little nadgery stuff. So the English wheel is coming out, I'm hoping next week. And we can start making a start on the seat ump and get all that lot squared away. And you know, I know it's going to completely change the look of the bike again, but I quite like it when stuff like that goes on. But yeah, so that's what's coming up on the bike. I can't remember what I just said, so I might be doubling up here. Problem with the sound. Anyway, what was I saying? Cerakote. Right, we're definitely going Cerakote. I've been speaking with them. They do this starter kit. The little water trap and stuff that I've got should be okay. I need to get another line that will plug in over there. The only worry I've got is this is like, it's like a concrete floor. So as you walk around, it does create dust, and it does get dusty in here. And the worry that I've got is obviously as you're spraying stuff, any dust that's in the air is going to stick to it, and it could like muck up the finish and whatnot. So at some point we're going to do a trial. I'm going to get one of these starter kits ordered, and I need to get another airline sorted as well, so I can set all that end up. And we're just going to have a go at doing something. I don't really care what I spray, but we're just going to have like a bit of a trial run and see if it works, basically. And if I end up getting dust and crap and everything else, like sitting in the paint, and then you cook it and the finish is horrible and blah, 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 then, you know, I might have to have a rethink. I'll machine up a block or something so we got definite sizes, and I'll have something else that's a stupid shape. Like I've got some old carbs down there actually. That could be interesting. See how they come up. We'll just do it and we'll measure it and we'll see how bigger it is and all that sort of stuff, and can I do it, and is the oven up to it. I'm going to need to swap out the media and the shock blaster just so I'm using all fresh, and I'm probably going to need to put a water trap into the feed line for that as well. Don't really know. I don't know that bit. Or I could just put that one in there, I suppose, and just put it on the main feed. Yeah, probably do that. But we're going to give it a go and see what's what. There was something else I wanted to say. Oh yeah, April. I'm going to say the 22nd. I'm sure it's the 22nd. Is it? Yeah, I'm sure it is. Anyway, tail end of April, I'm on holiday for a week. Me and Sam is going to be going to Egypt. She's never been, but it used to be my backyard at one point when I was a kid. But we're going out, just the two of us, just for a bit of holiday. So it could work out quite nicely in that lots of other stuff is sort of done, and it could be off getting painted and powder coated at that point. But I don't know, we just have to sort of see how far we get. The next big thing really is going to be the engine tear down. I really haven't got much fabrication to do. I've got the seat hump, the seat, which is going to be fiberglassed. I've got the number board with the indicator mounts to go on, mounts for the front mudguard, and just little brackety jobbies. That really is it. So it's not actually going to take that long. But get to that point, I can work out on my cable runs and therefore what cable sort of tidies and stuff I'm going to need. And then literally everything can come apart and we can start on the engine. All this lot needs to be cleared before I get on that because I want room to put stuff, basically. If I can clear out a couple of these shelves, I've got loads of these boxes, you know, I can just, as I take stuff off, I can bag it all up and everything, get it out of the way, then we can do the Cerakote on the engine cases and dress all that stuff up, and then it's like the rebuild. But I want everything as clean and clear as I can possibly get it before we get to that, just because it's going to make things a lot easier. The intention is, and what is definitely going to happen is, someone's getting it for this summer, basically. You know, I spent all this, I want it ridden. That's the whole, there's no point giving it to someone in the middle of winter, is there? So I really want this done in time for summer so someone can go out and have a bit of a hoon on it and just enjoy it and see what's what. So that's kind of the timelines that I'm looking at. I haven't decided on an end date for the giveaway thing, but at some point I will do. And I think once we've got the overall shape and design and everything else, and I know how long stuff is going to take, then I'll come up with an end date and let you all know. And yeah, we'll have something to aim for then. I think that's going to be the way I want to do it. I think, you know, plans change, I get all that. It might be that I'm aiming for that sort of deadline and something changes, or, you know, maybe we move it up. I don't know, it just all depends how things go. I can't imagine we're going to have any curveballs or surprises. But, you know, we just have to wait and see. There, I've got the MSVA book, and it is a book. It's like 248 pages or something stupid. And that's like the build Bible. That's what this bike is going to have to marry up to. So when I'm doing stuff like number plate boards and the spacing of the indicators and all that other sort of stuff, it's all got to match up to that. I'm pretty sure it says you've got to have a side stand switch in it. We're going to have one anyway, just because it's a stupid idea not to, really. But things like mudguards and blah, 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 there is a whole spec that you have to build to. So I'm going to be spending time going through that and getting it all done. I've got some scales which has turned up at the office. I need to go and get them, because while Simon is down tomorrow, I'll want to be picking his brains royally on suspension. So there isn't actually that much more weight to go onto the bike. There's a seat hump, which I could make out of alloy, I could make out of steel, I don't really know. The seat that you actually sit on, that's going to be fiberglassed. Side stand, which, you know, bugger all. Front mudguard. And just like a few cable tidies and stuff like that, really. But basically not a lot else. So pretty much we are looking at the weight of the bike, I reckon. There or thereabouts. So we're going to get these scales, we're going to weigh it, see what it's coming in at. And this will be curb weight. So, you know, fuel in the tank, all in the engine, blah, blah, blah. Because he's going to need to know all this for sag measurements and what spring rates we got, and do we need to change anything or order some different springs and blah, blah, blah. But it's going to be the first chance that we get to actually talk proper setup, because up to this point we haven't had that. So there's going to be a fair amount of yapping going on, and there will be some measurings going on, and we're going to run it up and try it with that thing in and blah, blah, blah. But it should be quite good. It should be an interesting day tomorrow. I'm quite looking forward to that. And I think that is pretty much it, really, as far as an update goes. There is some other stuff that's coming, and I'll let you know all about the Cerakote stuff when that gets here. We'll have to devise a little test or something, but that'll be like a video on its own. I just want to see what it's like, you know, what sort of finish I can get, and you know, I'll probably kick it around the floor and see how durable it really is as well. But that's something else that needs to be done, so you know, there'll be a video straight for that. But anyway, that's where I'm going to leave it for this one. Thank you ever so much for watching. Thank you to everybody whose name's been coming up there for chipping in and supporting this. That is mega. If you can share details about this video and get some more mates interested and whatnot, you know, every little is really going to help. And it is, you know, I really hope whoever gets the bike is like just chuffed to bits with it and wants to ride it as is. But at the end of the day, it's your bike. You can do what you want with it. But thank you ever so much just for watching and chipping in on the comments and all that stuff as well. I love all that. I go through and I answer every single comment, because it's not a big channel, and you know, we probably get like, I don't know, anywhere between 50 to 90 comments or something like that. It varies quite a lot depending on the content. But I can go through and answer all of them. And it's really nice just to get that banter and stuff going. I do enjoy it. But thank you ever so much for watching. I do hope you're well and staying safe. And we will see you on the next one. Laters!